What's up, everyone? Join me for a super quick, super chill mobility session. Today, I'm using a yoga strap and a pair of yoga blocks. If you don't have these, it's all good. You can get through the session without them. Otherwise, you can always improvise with things you find around the house. But whether you got them or not, let's find our way to our back. So we're starting with a little morning stretch. Legs straight, arms up over the head. Just take a nice big inhale as you pull those fingers from the toes. And exhale to soften. Give me 2 more just like that. Big stretch. Create that space. And then let it go. Find that softness. And give me 1 more. Just welcoming your body into movement and into the space. Exhaling to release. All right, start to activate your core for me. Spine neutral to the earth, heels planted down to the ground. Just draw your right knee up towards the chest. Give it a little squeeze in there. I'm just gonna swap it to the other side. I like to use my breath. Exhaling as I pull my knee all the way up. And we're just doing this a few more times. Just start to flow it on your cycles of breath or on the tempo that feels good. As we move through this, we are keeping that spine neutral. We're just creating a bit of space, your hips. All right, adding on. So from here, you can grab your strap if you have it, and just slide the strap on the back of the right leg. And you're kind of pulling that leg up so the belly comes toward the thigh. And you're just gonna exhale, starting to straighten, and inhaling bend. Now, if you don't have a strap, just hold that hamstring by yourself, easy peasy. And if this as a whole feels a bit too much today, you can take a bend through your left knee, adding a little bit more support. Now, don't worry too much about getting the leg absolutely straight. Just trying to flex and extend at the knee, and creating a bit of active stretch to the hamstring. Doesn't have to be all the way. The next time you lift that leg, take a little pause. Either leave it there or move that strap up to the top of the foot. Think about sending that heel toward the sky, pressing the left heel toward the earth, almost imagining you're taking your right big toe behind the head. Doesn't have to go there, don't worry. Gonna hang out for 2 more breaths. With an exhale, release. Strap comes off the right leg and just send it back down to the mat. We'll move to the other side. So maybe you're grabbing the left hamstring with your hands. Maybe you're using that strap. Strap can be really handy if you feel like that leg can't come up very much. It can make it a little bit easier and more comfortable to hold. It's really up to you what variation you're taking. But wherever you're at, start to bend and straighten the leg. Now, anytime we're moving through our mobility, we want to have a focus on long, smooth breath. Breath should be through belly and hips. If you notice that breath getting a little ragged or caught up in the chest, you might be going a little too deep. Just keep that in mind. But feel that hamstring opening up a little bit more. Feel a little bit of fire through that quad. Next time you straighten that leg, take a little pause. Right? You may just be holding onto the leg, or perhaps you wrap the strap around the foot. And once again, think about pulling onto that strap. So for me, I'm thinking of driving my left heel to the sky, activating the core so the spine is neutral. Then digging the right heel into the mat, and then starting to drive even more into that range, taking the big toe over the head. Two cycles here. Breath in. Breath out. Let's release. Oh, strap comes off to the side if you were using it. Let's roll our way to our right side body, coming into a bow and arrow. So knees, hips, shoulders nice and stacked to start. Got my left palm on top of the right. So this action very much looks like you'd be drawing a bow and arrow. I want you to think about that. Sliding that left arm forward like you're grabbing onto the bow. And then start to slide it back across the arm. As we're here, we're thinking of pulling the shoulder blades back together, really using the scapula to help propel ourselves open to this twist. Inhale, coming back up through center. And then exhale, sliding the left arm across the right, shoulder blades pulled together, right hand presses to the earth, and expand to that twist. Now, as we're here, keep those knees squeezed together so they're nice and in line. How about 3 more here? I really like to move through this pretty slowly and with intention. As my arm pulls left, my left hip pulls right. We're trying to keep those knees nice and stacked, nice and squeezed. We're trying to propel the movement through the shoulder blades in that right arm. Let's do one last rep here. And then as you open to that twist, I want you to just stay and pause. And perhaps you can get both shoulders onto the mat, which is wonderful. Maybe you're just getting elbow and wrist, maybe just wrist. Wherever you are, breathe into the spine, long deep cycles, and keep thinking of sliding the left hip to the right. Big breath in. And with an exhale, we'll begin to unwind. We'll end up moving through the other side. You can just roll right over. All right. Laying onto that left side body, right hand stacks onto left palm. On the inhale, sliding that right hand forward. On the exhale, sliding that right hand across the left, across the chest. Shoulder blades draw back, open to that twist. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, twist and open. Really think of pressing the left hand to the earth as we untwist. Press the left hand down, slide the shoulder blades together, open up. Keep those knees nice and even, keep those hips stacked. Nice, let's go last one. And then we'll hold that twist. Open it on up. Right hip bone slides to the left. Perhaps those shoulders are stacked to the earth. Chest is open. We're breathing into the belly. Just feeling that lovely space run through the spine. Last cycle in. With an exhale, we'll begin to unwind. Make your way to your back, and then we'll slowly roll up all the way to our sit bones. Let's actually shift our way to quadruped. So hands and knees position. Just moving through a little bit of cat-cow or a little bit of free spinal movement. I'm choosing to make little barrel rolls, little figure eights with the spine. And maybe you choose to rock side to side. Maybe you choose to arch the back and then round the spine. That would be your classic cat-cow. Just give yourself a little second of free movement. Just do what feels good. Wherever you are, let's take one more breath. Letting it go. Let's make our way back to neutral spine. We'll start to step into a nice wide leg lunge. So my right foot is outside of my right hand and I'm reaching for my blocks. So you don't need them if you don't want to. Hands to the floor is totally fine. This can just feel a little bit more supported. So in this position, I want to take my right hip bone and slide it back, and then think of that left hip bone sliding forward. My inner thighs start to pull together, so I'm activating through them. And I'll take a little breath in as I bend the right knee. I'm going to breath out as I start shifting my weight back. Just moving through a few of these here. Once again, we're not looking for the most depth possible, just looking to activate some muscles and to get moving. So the next time you shift the weight forward, so bend that right knee, I want you to take a little pause. Maintain that alignment through the hips that we've talked about. And think about trying to push a little deeper into that range while we feel that activation. There's almost a sense that you're pulling the pelvis down towards the ground. I'm pressing firmly through my left toe. I'm just really pressing that hip down, but maintaining the square. Inner thighs are active. Left hip flexor is talking. Doing great. Nice active stretch here. Let's hold for 3, 2, and 1. Start to shift the weight back. Little stretch through that right hamstring. Spine rounds, nose pulls to knee. And then bend back into the knee. Lift the heart towards the sky, gaze up. Just 2 more like that. Straightening the right leg, rounding the spine. Bending the right leg, gazing up. Last one. All right, from there, let's switch sides, moving through the same thing, but on the left this time. So left foot, outside left hand. Once again, I want you to find the square of your hips. So sliding the left hip bone back, think about sliding the right hip bone forward. As the hips align, then kind of energetically pull the inner thighs together. Start to feel more activation through the hip joint. I'm digging my right toe into the mat. And we'll go inhale, deep bend through the left knee. And then exhale, shifting back. So the movement doesn't need to be big. It just needs to be active. Now, there's always differences between the two sides, especially with compensation patterns, right? Imbalances in the body, which are normal. So just hold space for what you're feeling. And keep in mind, both sides don't need to feel the same. Now we're really starting to feel that hip flexor chat to us, right? Let's do about 2 more, and then we'll hold. Last one. Nice. All right, maintain that alignment, and then just start to bend deeper into that left knee. The deeper we bend to the knee, the more we're pulling the pelvis down. Now don't lose the square of your hips. Left thigh pulls back, right thigh pulls forward, breath into the belly. Think of pulling the right hip bone towards the earth and hold that active stretch through the hip flexor. Maybe you can pull down a little more. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. With the exhale, straightening out that left leg, just rounding the spine, pulling the nose to the knee. And then inhaling, shifting forward. And we're just flowing this. You can come out of that alignment. Just let yourself stretch out a little more here. Last one. All right, shift that left leg back. Blocks can pop off to the side. We're just going to place the hands right under their shoulders, spinning the fingers out and just starting to sway side to side. Now make sure you don't have lazy hands. I want those knuckles pretty intentionally pressing down to the mat, almost like you're gripping it. Just creating a bit of space through the wrists and the forearms. Now you could stay here, or perhaps you spin your fingers toward your knees. Maybe you start to knead out the mat, lifting the base of the palms, just alternating side to side. Maybe you start to sit back, keeping the base of the palms planted, just finding that big stretch through forearms. Take a breath in. With that exhale, starting to shift forward, I like to slowly unwind the hands. Fingers pulled to the side first, and then fingers pop forward. Maybe you sit back onto those heels. So I have my toes tucked, but if you don't like that, you can always keep the toes untucked. I'm just going to start making little circles through my wrists, just reducing some of that tension. And I promised you lazy, I promised you chill. We've just got one more little movement here. Interlacing those fingers, let's press the palms away and just sweep those arms up overhead. Tucking the ribs in, start to pull back like you're drawing the biceps to frame the ears. And then just think about pressing the palms up a little more, and then just opening up the left set of ribs. And just pause to breathe here. Try to create just a little more space. Big breath in. And exhale, lifting it all up. Let's move through the other side. Once again, tuck the ribs in, pull the arms back, create activation, and then start to open up the right set of ribs. Last breath in. And exhale, rise. All right, give those arms a little bit of a shake out. Now, if you have this toes tucked like me, they may be talking to you. So hands can come down and we'll just slowly lift up those feet. Give them a little tap out to reduce any sensations. Now you can do this as long as your heart desires. But whenever you're ready, let's come up to a forward fold. This will be our last shape today. Head is soft and relaxed. Maybe you're reaching for opposite elbows. Maybe you're swaying side to side. But wherever you are, making sure there's not a big gap between belly and thighs. So a nice option is to place blocks under the hands for a little more support, and then to bend those knees a little more to create that connection to belly and thigh, and then head softens. Right, as you get really comfortable here, you can straighten those legs out bit by bit. You are welcome to hang here as long as you like. Wherever you're at, thanks so much for joining me for a little bit more of a low-key mobility day. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments.